Bangladesh is a low-lying developing country, more at risk from climate change than any other country on Earth. They are between the melting glaciers in the north and the rising water of the Bay of Bengal in the south. So about 17% of the landmass and 17% of population will be inundated. For Bangladesh, the impacts of climate change are happening now. Contaminated water supply from flooding and saltwater intrusion is affecting the health of citizens. Rising sea levels and storms are exacerbating poverty and affecting food security. The plan will take an integrated approach to poverty alleviation, enhancing food security, water availability, and combat land degradation. But many are still questioning why we implement this project and how will the plan work.
In 1991, Bangladesh was struck by one of the worst cyclones ever recorded. The studies conducted afterwards indicated that the areas that were covered by forest registered less significant damage than those areas that had no cover at all. Because of this, the government decided to design a foresting project that will kind of give the people ownership of those plants planted. The project consisted in 3 stages. The first stage was simply to plant this forest in next to railroads, next to railways, and next to rivers. The second stage consisted in giving people seeds in order to plant plants different than regular trees and to plant trees that provided some kind of substance for the people. And the third stage was an experimental project. This project meant to plant the trees instead of doing it inland. It consisted in planting them in the foreshore. So afterwards, in 2005, the project was closed and evaluation projects were conducted. And what they saw, which is quite interesting, is that these experimental projects, the ones that were conducted in the foreshore, were actually successful in stopping cyclone effects. And the trees that were installed inland, they completely failed in stopping the effects of cyclones. So this is where we take off. If we reproduce this project, this experiment, and plant the trees in the foreshores instead of inland, we might be able to stop the cyclone problem. The thing is, we need the people to be involved in the project.
The key to our adaptation plan is knowledge. Back in 2005, the tree plan was inefficient because farmers simply did not have the knowledge to harvest their tree adequately. Fruit trees, for example, are a big source of revenue generation, but only if they are managed, protected and marketed in a sustainable way. In addition, very little emphasis was put on monitoring process or impact. For example, only the seeds that were handed out to the population of Bangladesh were monitored, but not the revenues they were able to harvest and to sell afterwards. So our proposal would be to the Bangladeshi government to work out a knowledge plan delivered to the local communities and in cooperation with NGOs to secure a safe marketplace where they can trade their harvest.
But coastal erosion is not the only problem Bangladesh faces. Freshwater supply is another major concern.
So the safe limit for salinity in drinking water is 600 parts per million. Intrusion of saline water due to storm surge accompanied by heavy rainfall makes drinking water a scarce good, especially in Bangladesh.
A great deal of this land just simply gets covered by water. And again, once you have salt water coming up, it's not just the land that's covered, it's the intrusion of salt.
So what's the solution? The solution is taking technology from marine life, which is cheap and exists already, and finding a clever way to apply it in a mobile form to the coastal communities. And the way we do that is by having these machines called portable water desalination plants, and they use solar panels to produce fresh drinkable water from sea water or any water source that they're given. And what we'll do is we'll plant them on the boats, and we can have the boats distribute drinkable water to communities along the coastline, allowing them to sustain their livelihoods on the shore without migrating inland because of climate change.
This project will cost approximately $30 million. However, the benefits outweigh the cost. But there is great need for climate finance in Bangladesh. Thus, the involvement of NGOs and international organizations is paramount to the success of this project to prevent internal corruption and facilitate effective distribution of finances.